What's good, creatives? I am Nina Shine, your host. Welcome to the Symphony Pod from the Symphony Studio, where we dive into the world of comics, illustration, animation, and interesting fun and facts. On the show today, we have a very fine, interesting sound designer and video editor. Hi, Jean.
Hello.
Welcome
Hi.
to the show.
Thank you very
You
much.
look good.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Cool. Nice chains.
Thank you.
Um, Quick one. So, what's your sound process like when when working on an animated short or a movie project?
Well, I try to get references as much as possible. I watch a lot of videos, a lot of animes, listen to a lot of music to get my head in that space. To update the catalog in my head. Then when I'm done, I get to work.
Okay, so original music scores or already existing music for your animated project?
Both. I don't have a
Both.
specific. Yeah, both of them. I don't have a specific go to.
Hmm.
There were just some projects that we worked on. I worked on two projects, Sparkle and the other one was kind of like a private one between me and my colleague Nufi. The first one, Sparkle, I had to create the sounds myself. There was no. I felt more connected to it. And then the other one was a car design. So I used the sound from the library that my friend gave me. So both projects were actually pretty solid. So
I like how you put it like that. Pretty solid. That's cool. What's your favorite sound design software go to?
Logic Pro for audio engineering, mixing and mastering, and then sound design, and then FL Studio for scoring, for making beats production.
Why is that?
I love Logic Pro. Okay, so let me give a little history of my DAWs. They're called Digital Audio Workstation. That's like for sound. I started with Audacity. That was like the first one I ever used, 2019, when I started making music. Then I jumped to FL Studio for making beats. Then I went to Audacity on Cubase 5. And I stayed with Cubase 5 for like 2 years. And then I went back to FL Studio again before I got to Mac and I started using Logic Pro. Because I always wanted to use Logic Pro. So I got Logic Pro and started mixing and mastering on Logic Pro. And since then, it's been Logic. Logic for everything. Sound design. If you come to my desk at the office, I'm always on Logic Pro. So it's a pretty solid software. There's no best software in the world, by the way. It's something that you like, a preference. Every software is solid. Let me use that word again. Every software is OG, legit. So
Thank you very much for that answer. A legit solid OG. Uh, um, where do you get your inspirations from to create your sound effect?
well, there's so much sound around you. So you can get inspiration from people talking outside, the cars, and everything. Then from music, movies. Especially if you're having writer's block, sometimes it's kind of like hard. So, but when you maybe watch a film, then that it just like clicks, it just comes. And also one thing when you get an inspiration, make sure you put it down because like ideas always fly around. So make sure you catch it, and if you catch it, hold it. If not, it just disappear. It goes to the next person. So I get inspirations from basically everything around me. You know.
Thank you very much for that answer. So, when you get the idea, catch it, write it down, because ideas fly, so it doesn't fly to the next person. That's solid. So, we got a question from one of our audience. I'll read the question out to you now. It says, "Can you walk us through your process of syncing sound with character emotions and timing in animation?"
Okay. So when I get the rushes, the footages, I already have the story. Obviously, I already know. Okay, yeah, this is what is going to happen. So I try to time that, sync them very well. I get the sound. Though these projects that we worked on, Sparkle actually, not two. Sparkle, just one project. Sparkle. It went from happy, sad, then happy. It was a pretty smooth transition from happy sound, fade into the happy, fade out from the happy, then fade into the sad, fade out from the sad, and fade in again from the happy. So it was a very lovely project. Shout out Nufi and Gabriel, the animators of the project. Yeah.
What advice would you give to an aspiring sound designer?
Train your ears. Always listen intently to the sounds around you. Always try to identify what sound that is without having to look at it. You know, always try to consume a lot of media. Even though our parents, they always complain that we are always on our phones, but we know what we are aiming for.
We do.
Yeah, man. We know what we want to get out of what we are doing. I consume so much media. I watch so much movies, so much anime. I can't count the number of animes I watched. But yeah, so much music, movies, animes, everything. So just get your mind updated with all these things, you know. Yeah.
There's a world of unlimited medias out there. So yeah, feed yourself with the appropriate media to get better at what you do. So yeah, in video editing, yeah, how do you approach a new project when you receive your raw footages?
Well, since I already have the story on ground, I'm going to follow that structure, the story. I watch the whole thing, the whole footages. I first get my rough cuts. 'Cause you have to get a rough cut first. Then I show it to my supervisor if I should go ahead with. If the rough cut's okay, then yes, I'm going to use that structure of the rough cut to finish up the final product. So I watch everything, the rough cuts, watch everything from the starting to the finish, and then I follow that structure basically. I start cutting it scene by scene, making sure everything is smooth, and then I don't really use much transitions, because from one shot to another shot without transition is also a transition. So basically, yeah.
But then there's this like I wouldn't call it controversial, but it's just like out there, what you're like, they won't take you as a video editor serious if you're not really heavy on the transition in the video
Mm,
editing.
yeah. Transitions is a personal thing. I mean, it's okay to use transitions, especially if it's something that needs that smooth flow. Some people that's their style, transitions, and me. I mean, okay, maybe when it's for music videos, that's very fine. But when it's for a movie, you don't really put much transitions in movies. You just go straight from one scene to the other scene. But they're like stylized transitions that you can use to add, style to the movie. But me personally, I don't really use much transitions. It's all about personal preference. So yeah.
Let's go. Personal preference. So the fact that a video editor that's not a huge fan of extreme transition doesn't mean the person is less, neither is their work less. So yes, thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
If you're yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, ensure you do that right now and ensure to follow us on our social media handles. It was a nice one. I feel like I could feel your cool presence. It's giving too cool.
How you go
You're
do
too
now?
cool, like too cool to be true.
How you go do
Then
now?
your chains, I'm like, it's been a fine one.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for coming.
Thank you for having me.